Macbeth, Act 2, Scene 3. We're inside Macbeth's castle. There's a knocking within. A porter enters.
Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were a porter of Hellgate, he should have old turning the key.
Knocking within.
Knock, knock, knock! Who's there? In the name of Beelzebub. He is a farmer that hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in time. Have napkins now about you. Here you'll sweat for it.
Knocking within.
Knock, knock! Who's there? In the other devil's name. Faith! He is an equivocator that could swear in both the scales against either scale. Who committed treason enough for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven? Oh, come in, equivocator!
Knocking within.
Knock, knock, knock! Who's there? Faith! He is an English tailor come hither for stealing out of a French hose. Come in, tailor. Here you may roast your goose.
Knocking within.
Knock, knock, never at quiet. What are you? But this place is too cold for hell. I'll devil porter it no further. I had thought to let in some of all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire.
Knocking within.
Anon, anon, I pray you, remember the porter.
The gate opens. Enter Macduff and Lennox.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late? Faith, sir, we were carousing till the second cock, and drink, sir, it is a great provoker of 3 things. What 3 things does drink especially provoke? Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir, it provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator of lechery. It makes him and it mars him. It sets him on and it takes him off. It persuades him and it disheartens him. Makes him stand to and not stand to. In conclusion, equivocates him in sleep and, giving him the lie, leaves him. I believe drink gave thee the lie last night. That it did, sir, in at the very throat on me. But I required him for his lie, and, I think, being too strong for him, though he took up my leg sometime, yet I made shift to cast him. Is thy master stirring?
Macbeth enters.
Our knocking has awakened him. Here he comes. Good morrow, noble sir. Good morrow, both. Is the king stirring, worthy Thane? Not yet. He did command me to call timely on him. I have almost slipped the hour. I'll bring you to him. I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one. The labour we delight in physic's pain, this is the door. I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Macduff exits.
Goes the king hence today? He does, he did appoint so. The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down, and, as they say, lamentings heard in the air. Strange screams of death, and prophesying with accents terrible, of dire combustion and confused events, new hatched to the woeful time. The obscure bird clamoured to the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverish and did shake. 'Twas a rough night. My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Macduff re-enters.
Oh, horror, horror, horror! Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee. What's the matter? Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke ope the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building. What is it you say? The life? Mean you his majesty? Approach the chamber and destroy your sight. With a new gorgon, do not bid me speak. See, and then speak yourself.
Macbeth and Lennox exit.
Awake! Awake! Ring the alarum bell. Murder and treason. Banquo and Donalbain. Malcolm, awake! Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look on death itself. Up, up, and see the great doom's image. Malcolm, Banquo, as from your graves rise up, and walk like sprites to countenance this horror. Ring the bell.
The bell rings. Lady Macbeth enters.
What's the business that such hideous trumpets call to parley the sleepers of the house? Speak, speak! O gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear when I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell.
Banquo enters.
O Banquo, Banquo, our royal master's murdered. Woe, alas! What, in our house? Too cruel anywhere. Dear Duff, I prithee, contradict thyself, and say it is not so.
They enter Macbeth and Lennox with Ross.
Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. For, from this instant, there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys, renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn, and the mere lees is left this vault to brag of.
Enter Malcolm and Donalbain.
What is amiss? You are, and do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. At the very source of it is stopped. Your royal father's murdered. Oh, by whom? Those of his chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were badged with blood, so were their daggers, which unwiped we found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them. Oh, yet I do not repent my fury that I did kill them. Wherefore did you so? Who can be wise, amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man, the expedition my violent love, outrun the pauser, reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs looked like a breach in nature, for ruin's wasteful entrance. There, the murderers, steeped in the colour of their trade, their daggers unmanly breached with gore. Who could refrain? That had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make his love known. Help me hence, ho! Look to the lady.
Aside to Donalbain.
Why do we hold our tongues? That most may claim this argument for ours.
Aside to Malcolm.
What should be spoken here? Where our fate? Hid in an auger hole may rush and seize us. Let's away. Our tears are not yet brewed.
Aside to Donalbain.
Nor our strong sorrow upon the foot of motion. Look to the lady.
Lady Macbeth is carried out.
And when we have our naked frailties hid, that suffer in exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work, to know it further. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence, against the undivulged pretense, I fight of treason malice. And so do I. So all. Let's briefly put on manly readiness, and meet in the hall together. Well contended.
They all leave except for Malcolm and Donalbain.
What will you do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office which the false man does easy. I'll to England. To Ireland, I. Our separated fortune shall keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers in men's smiles. The near in blood, the nearer bloody. This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted, and our safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore, to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant in that theft, which steals itself, when there's no mercy left.
They both exit.